Body of man washed away in Goly found. The body of the man who was swept away by floodwaters on Tuesday has been found near Majestic Gardens in St. Andrew. He was one of two persons who were washed into a gully in Content Drive off Mullens Road in the parish during heavy rains. However, the other person, a woman, was later rescued by residents at Chesterfield Drive in Seaview Gardens. She was brought to the hospital for medical treatment. According to authorities, the man and the woman were attempting to cross the flooded gully when disaster struck. There was heavy rainfall in sections of Kingston and St. Andrew when the incident occurred. Man's body found floating in Royal Grande. The Portland police are probing the death of a man whose body was found floating in the Royal Grande in the parish Wednesday morning. The body is that of a Rasta man whom residents have identified only by his alias Mikey, who is from the community of Windsor in the Royal Grande Valley of Portland. According to residents, the now deceased, who had complained Tuesday afternoon about not feeling well, went to the river to take a bath but was not seen after. It is understood that about 11 a.m. Wednesday, a resident spotted a body floating in the river and raised an alarm. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, the body was pulled from the water and was identified. The body was removed and taken to the morgue. Build-up of gas and introduction of naked flame likely triggered explosion at Burger King restaurant. The Jamaica Fire Brigade says a build-up of gas and the introduction of a naked flame triggered the explosion at the Burger King restaurant in New Kingston. The brigade's Commissioner Stuart Beckford said fire investigators made the conclusion following probes into the incident, which resulted in 6 Burger King workers being rushed to medical facilities. Commissioner Beckford said there was extensive damage to Burger King outlet. The explosion disrupted operations in the usually busy business district. The commissioner noted that several businesses near the explosion site were asked to close their doors as a safety precaution. He said some workers from the neighboring Island Grill restaurant reported that they were feeling unwell after the incident. Meanwhile, he is appealing to business establishments that use profound of a source of fuel to ensure the properties are well ventilated and to call the brigade if they suspect a gas leak.
Especially the front section of the building. Windows were blown out, doors blown in. We are surmising, based on our investigation, that there was a build-up of gas in the building from the basement up to the second floor, because we were told that the staff members who came in this morning would have smelled gas and did the correct thing by calling in the provider, the supplier of the gas, who came in and discovered that there was a defective regulator that was changed, and the staff were advised, based on information we have received, that they could resume their regular activities. 10 minutes subsequent to that, there was this massive explosion. So the buildup of gas in the building and the introduction of a naked flame, whether it is the turning on of a stove or the flipping of a light switch, that would have triggered the explosion. We would have taken the opportunity to close ask that the other facilities in close proximity, Highland Grill, etc., that those buildings are be evacuated and that the necessary precautionary measures be put in place. We were told that some members of the Island Grill team would have suffered some amount of discomfort. I heard at least 2 of those members would have fainted and were being treated by Ministry of Health personnel who were on location. The other facility adjoining the Burger King establishment were evacuated and will remain likely closed for the rest of the afternoon into this evening, given the extensive damage that has been sustained by the Burger King establishment and the disruption of traffic flow along that stretch of Knoxford Boulevard. To ensure that where they have gas leak or they suspect that there's a gas leak, not only do they call in the provider to check and make sure that whatever repairs needs to be done is done, but they must also call the fire brigade And if you are not in a position where you can call the fire brigade, or you know, what we recommend is that you ensure that the building is properly ventilated. What do I mean by that? You make sure that you open the windows, the doors, wherever that you have on the building that can be open to allow fresh air to come in. Do that and allow that to stand for about 10-15 minutes before you re-enter and before you even turn on a light switch. This simple measure can save lives, and it also can reduce the risk posed to property.
PM names Disaster Risk Management Committee. After being sidewiped by Hurricane Beryl on July 3rd, which ranked up over $10 billion in damage, Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Tuesday announced the creation of a Disaster Risk Management Committee tasked with strengthening Jamaica's preparedness for disasters and ensuring that the island is ready to meet future crises head-on. The committee, which is led by Major General Anthony Anderson, includes Dr. Paris Goly Jr., retired senior public official Jonathan Grant, and Trudy Deans, a consultant, will focus on critical areas such as infrastructure resilience, essential services like water, electricity, and telecommunications, as well as medical services and community preparedness. According to Holness, who made the announcement during a post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House in St. Andrew, the committee's mandate includes the assessment of vulnerability in critical infrastructure, water supply systems, electricity grid, telecommunications network and transportation routes, and services to ensure they maintain operational even during disaster events. The focus will be on ensuring that these essential services are designed, maintained, and upgraded to withstand the impact of hurricanes, floods, and other disastrous events, the Prime Minister said, adding that the committee will also evaluate emergency services to ensure that they are equipped to respond quickly and efficiently to crises. It is expected to also provide recommendations for improvement in the national and local disaster response framework, he told the briefing. St. James man charged with shop operator's murder. The St. James police have charged a man with murder after he allegedly shot and killed a shop operator in New Road, Flanker in the parish on Saturday, April 27. Dead is 28-year-old Randy McNeil of Providence Heights, Flanker in St. James. Charged with McNeil's murder is 30-year-old Joseph Mackenzie, otherwise called Gio, of 2nd Avenue in Flanker. Mackenzie is also charged with using a firearm to commit a felony and possession of a prohibited weapon. Reports are that about 11:15 a.m., McNeil was walking on the roadway when he was pounced upon by Mackenzie, who was armed with a gun. Mackenzie then reportedly shot McNeil several times. The police were alerted and McNeil was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following an investigation into the incident, Mackenzie was arrested about 9 p.m. on Sunday, August 25th at Harvey Beach, St. James. He was subsequently charged after he underwent a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. His court date has not been finalized. PRV Health Center in Manchester temporarily closed for repairs. The PRV Health Center in Manchester has been temporarily closed for repairs. The Manchester Health Department says the repairs are scheduled to be completed in October. The disruption will affect residents of Prattville, Asia, and surrounding communities. They are being asked to use the Newport and Cross Keys Health Centers or other nearby facility. Opposition wants Health Ministry to address ambulance issues at Conroe Regional Hospital. A call is being made for the Ministry of Health and Wellness to address reports of a shortage of ambulance services at Conroe Regional Hospital in St. James. Opposition spokesperson on Health and Wellness, Dr. Alfred Dawes, has pointed to reports which claim that of the 5 ambulances stationed at the hospital, only one is currently functional, of what he termed true emergency responses. Dawes also noted reports that a recent purchased ambulance at the hospital has been rendered out of service due to maintenance. The Ministry of Health and Wellness must confirm or deny these reports and take immediate action to the service of the ambulance so it can resume its vital role in responding to emergencies, charged Dr. Dawes in a statement. He said the situation is of grave concern. The MOHW should prioritize the maintenance of essential healthcare equipment such as ambulances to prevent any more avoidable delays in emergency responses. Too often, we are reminded that poor maintenance of vehicles and equipment leads to lives lost and poor medical outcomes, stated Dr. Dawes. In light of the tragic incident at the Sangster International Airport last week, which resulted in the death of an elderly man, thus said the ministry should focus on maintaining essential healthcare equipment. He noted that the ministry should adapt to a proactive approach to vehicle and equipment maintenance across all health facilities in Jamaica. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.